Strategy Thursday here at Teacup Coffee Republic. Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. Good evening everyone. Everyone on floor, magandang gabi. Coming in live all the way from Pioneer Center here at Pioneer Road Corner, Brixtons and United Street, Capitolia, Pasig City. This is Master Coach A. You're joining me for our weekly conversation here at Teacup Coffee Republic. This is Coaching for the Soul, where we gather every Thursday and we talk about how to take care of your soul so you can stay alive and live beautifully. For tonight, we're going to continue our series on the science of getting rich. And on our third installment, we're going to be talking about your way out, okay? Your great escape from monopoly. How do you get rich out of formless stuff? Okay, so earlier before I get on floor, okay, before I get here live, I'm asking my on-floor guests, okay, what is the picture of monopoly and what is the company that comes to their mind when they hear the word monopoly, or where do they see, where or what industry do they find monopoly? And the answer was, come on now, shout it out. Where do you see monopoly?
Telco, electricity.
Electricity, telco, electricity, utilities.
Yung oil kasi master, may isang country lang tagay ng monopoly.
Okay, may isang country daw po nagmamahal. Si Coach Titi Hoya po yan. Okay. Okay? Si Facebook. Ang tapang eh. Come on. Where do you see monopoly? And the reason why I'm asking you this is because I want you to have a personal picture of what monopoly is to you. Not the monopoly the game, but of course you can find something in the game, but truly, okay, what is it in monopoly? Okay? And can you find opportunities in areas where it is already monopolized? Okay? Like, do you see an opportunity arising, or do you see an opportunity still available when an industry like utilities, like telco is already monopolized in your mind? Can you still see opportunity? Yes? If you're joining me live, magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. Thank you for coming in. Please don't keep us a secret. Share the link, and this is the third installment. If you are just coming in and joining us, please take time to watch the replay of the last 2 episodes. And this is going to be a total of 20 episode series. We're diving into the science of getting rich. And when I say science, it means science, real. Okay, there's a science of getting rich. There's certain ways of doing things that it is almost impossible for us not to get rich. And now for some people who say, I don't want to be rich, it's bad to be rich, it's bitchy to be rich, it's not true, okay? We live in a world of abundance, and for us to achieve the things that we want to achieve in life, for us to help other people that we want to help, for us to do our philanthropic works, and for us to be a blessing to many people, we all need richness, we all need money, okay? We need that provision. Okay, so tonight I want to dive into the context of many people feel the lack because they operate, or they see in a space, okay, in the world that they are operating, they see lack because they see monopoly. Agree, disagree? Agree. So give me words that associates with monopoly. What are the words that comes to your mind when you say monopoly? Narinig niyo po ba yun? Sige, huwag natin masyadong isigaw, no? Oo. Sige lang, go. Hindi naman nila kayo nakikita. Ha? Hindi naman natin sila sponsor. Okay lang. Come on, wala naman po tayong sponsors dito. Tayo lang po to, kaya pwede natin sabihin. Tsaka names lang naman po yun. I mean, this is a free country and we wanna talk about it. And if you are one of those industry, if you are one of those companies who being called as the monopolizing the industry, you will love me after tonight, trust me, okay? So don't shut down, okay? I'm gonna unpack this word monopoly, I'm gonna unpack this industry being monopolized, and I wanna shed light why people don't get rich, why people feel the lack because you are operating there. Di ba ang sama po ninyo sa mga mata nila? So tingnan po natin if there is ways escape, okay, from you. Come on, shout out the words that comes to your mind when you hear the word monopoly. Control. Okay, come on now. What else? Ayaw ni Baby A yan. Ayaw ni Baby A. Hindi daw yan totoo. Ganyan. yan, sabi ni Baby A. Okay. So, many times when we talk about monopoly, we associate people experiencing lack, people not getting opportunity, people are being kept poor, okay, because the opportunity is taken away from them, okay, because some people are monopolizing the wealth. How many of you are connecting with that? Okay, some people would say that kind of wealth is being fenced around and we cannot get into that industry, okay, and you might feel that you are being shut off from engaging in that certain business because there are people monopolizing it. Who's saying yes? Yes. Agree? Agree. Okay, agree. Okay. Now, electric railways business, transportation. You see that? Okay. They may have different names, but if you check it out, they are the same companies behind all of this, right? Okay. So, how many of you here have closed your eyes and shut your mouth over monopoly because you've taken it like it's a hopeless case? Okay? Pinanganak tayong ganito, mamamatay tayong ganito. They've been monopolizing it way before we've been around, and it's it. Now, while it is quite true that if you are a workman and you are employed in one of these companies, okay, for example, you are one company and you are employed in a steel company where they are monopolizing the industry, or you are employed in a telco that monopolizing the whole company, the whole industry. While it is true, okay, that you have a very little chance of becoming the next owner, okay, of a company that would beat the competition, while it may not, it may be true. Have you ever realized that there are other industries that you can enter? Have you ever thought of it? And while you cannot create immediately a telco, you cannot create maybe another plant to do fabrication of the steel, you can start working on other industry where these companies are not operating, and eventually you grow from there. And we've seen that happen, okay? Earlier, we were talking about the electricity in our country. So if you're coming from different parts of the globe, we're coming from Manila, we're coming from the Philippines, and yes, in our country, there is a big company, there's a giant operator and provider of our electrical requirements here, okay, electricity here. But there are also other players in rural areas, okay, not in the urban. And my question was, why do you think the player in the rural could not come in the urban? Why are they not in the urban? Yes? Money. It's expensive. What else?
I think it's the brand din. Kasi di ba, kilala ka sa province. Kung lalabas ka, parang ano ka na sa, ano na, may mga big players na kasi sa urban. So,
Okay.
parang isa yun sa mga ano nila na ang hirap i-penetrate yung market.
Okay. So, have you realized that these thoughts, okay, is all about your thoughts? Could it be just your thoughts? Could it be just your perception? Well, there could be presenting some truth into it. Have you realized that there is no one big company big enough not to be taken over by multiple other companies, maybe not as big as it is, but if there will be ways of doing it and you will crack on the ways how to do it, then you can break through the monopoly. But the very reason why we're not able to break monopoly is because the way we see monopoly. Who's connecting?
Kasi pag pinopoly automatic, sila na lang yung big players. Wala, hindi ka na monopoly. Automatic sa pag narinig mo sa monopoly, parang negative thought na.
And you're not moving. And you're not moving. You won't move, right? You will not move. Now, last week we talked about when you do things in a certain way, it is almost impossible for you not to get rich. Now, let's apply it now in terms of monopoly. You know, the very reason why we're not able to rise above this condition is, number one, there is this mindset or belief that for us to get rich and for us to get the success or the resource or the money, we are getting it from one company or one person. How many of you have realized that? Like for me to grow in electricity business, I am taking the share from this company monopolizing it. Or if I'm setting up, like when we're setting up Big Cup Coffee Republic, people will say, how can you compete with Starbucks? And the answer was, we're not competing with Starbucks. How would you compete with Coffee Bean? We're not competing with Coffee Bean. But you're a coffee shop. More than a coffee shop. Think about it. Think about it.
Tinignan lang yung coffee shop na price.
Yeah. The truth about richness is this, okay? I want you to dive into the truth about richness. According to the science of getting rich, which I believe is true, okay? We are living in a space that there is abundant resources. The problem with this abundant resources is this is coming to us as formless. It does not have form. And it takes a lot of creativity for us to create something or to productize. Many times you would hear me talk about productize. Okay? It's just like, how many of you here are like us, life coaches who are doing service? Okay? We're helping people. And in our mind, when we help people, it's free. How many of you have been victim of that? You don't charge people when you help them. Yeah? It's free. And then you come, and here's another company, one company who would thought of professionalizing it, productizing it, and there you go, you're paying someone else to do it. Okay, I'll give you another picture. How many of you here have in-laws, parents, okay, if you're living in an extended family, or maybe you're adult right now and you're still with your parents, and your parents are still doing the laundry for you. Even if you're working, how many of you can connect with me? Go on. Yes? Yes? Your parents are still doing the laundry for you. Yes? Do you pay your parents? If your sister or your brother do the laundry for you, will you pay them? No? But isn't it true that if your brother, your sister, your mom, your dad will not be there, okay, you're gonna pack your laundry and bring it to the laundry house and you're gonna pay them?
Yes.
Okay, what do you think about that? Mindset. This monopoly, okay, concept, while many people will just think of the big ones, truth of the matter, even in our own small space, there are things that we allow to monopolize us because of our mindset. Okay? So, we give our money to those who are able to productize it. So, let me turn the table around. What are the things that you are thinking now to productize? Okay? Like, you complain about data. How many of you complain here about Wi-Fi? Complain here about internet connections? And you don't want to complain because we might be cut, okay? So, and you complain. But how many people would really change their service provider? They won't because they don't like the hassle. And if there's another player with different names, they won't because the name is not as big as the other provider. So, truth of the matter, is it the person, is it the company, is it the organization in place, or is it the people around them that cause the monopoly really to be strengthened over and over again? There is no limit, according to the science of getting rich, there is no limit to the supply of formless stuff or the original substance or original materials that we can use. There's so much for us to use. There is so much for us to manufacture. There is so much for us to bring into the market. What is unfortunate is oftentimes we look at what is already established, what is already operating, what is already making money, and we want to compete. Because in our mind, or common, the mind of the people is that if I want to get rich, I would get from that. But that's not the thing, because we live in a world that is full of richness. It's just that we don't know how to bring form out of the formless. Yes, Coach Son?
It's coming from yung thinking about getting the piece of the pie.
I like that.
You need to find a pie, then get a piece of it.
But you can create a pie.
Exactly, which is something that a lot of people do, and I can connect that because they feel that their ideas are not valued. They'd rather connect that with some other ideas and utilize it so that it can be within the.
So where is it coming from? Creativity. Creativity.
Kasi it breaks it disrupts their confidence. The ideas that they have, even though
Small.
as or dumb as it may sound, pero that's where great ideas come from.
Yeah.
Kaya nalita, no one breathes life.
Airplane started as a dumb idea.
Yeah.
Everything else. So it's the person. It's the creativity, actually. It's the creativity. Okay? What will beat monopoly? Creativity. Creativity. Okay? It is the lack of creativity of a person. Okay? Remember last week? It is the sequence and the way we do things in certain manner that will bring richness in our space. And one of the things that we are missing in the process is that our creativity to bring form to everything that is formless. Like, look around you, there are things that you complain about, there are things that you like to happen, there are things that you want to be available, and those are formless at this moment in time. Those are ideas, those are wishes, those are wants, but you're not able to create a product out of it. And then you look at these companies who are monopolizing, in your term, okay, the industry. But there's a big industry other than that industry that is still on top.
Yeah, unless pinagbawal, di ba? Unless it is patent, di ba? Na for a certain time, you cannot create
Enter.
something.
Yeah, but right now it's
Hindi naman-
monopoly in the country. I just read on that. At least in my country, in the Philippines, bawal po siya. Bawal siya. In fact, okay, if you are one employee right now and you came from a company and alam niyo po yung sa quick claim, di ba, they tell you, you cannot enter into business, Okay, the truth of that law is this. Okay, non-compete. The truth of this law, if you look and dive into it, there is a certain time and there's a certain space. So you cannot say, you cannot create the same business for the entire Philippines or entire world. You cannot. Bawal po siya sa batas. Or you cannot say, you cannot create the same business for ever until we are existing. Bawal din po siya. So truth of the matter, you are governed by the law, and the law states that monopoly is not allowed. But the problem is, what makes monopoly is the way we think. Who's connecting? Yes? Your thoughts?
And the system is not set up to make it simpler. It's created to be complex, to your point, so that people don't
Try.
easily.
Yeah, kaya yung mga taga-probinsya cannot enter Manila.
Yeah.
Kasi ang daming prosesong complicated.
So it's the process.
Process.
Of course,
Yeah. And maybe nobody, or they tried once, twice, they got tired, and they never tried again. And that news, okay, or thoughts have been there.
and then in the government, di ba, as a business, ang
Daming
complicated.
requirements.
According to the science of getting rich, okay, our motive for life is to grow. It should be to grow, to make life better, and to advance. Now, if monopoly is stopping you to grow, to advance, then you know that there's something that needs recalibration in our mind. Everything that we need is available for us on planet Earth. So if you're living on planet Earth, it means that whatever you need, it is provided and it is available. If you get rich, okay, I want you to hold this to your heart. It does not mean that someone has to become poor or someone else is losing out. Remember that. Okay? If you enter into a food business and you start to thrive, if you enter into coffee shop and you start to thrive, it doesn't mean that you're getting my customers. It doesn't mean that you are getting customers for Starbucks. It doesn't mean that we're getting customers from Tim Horton. That's not the way it works. Okay? Because there is an abundant supply of everything that we need. Supply will never run out. Put it in your notes. Okay? Supply will never run out. And if one type of supply ends, how many of you can connect with this? Another type of supply will be produced. Yeah, think about it. Okay? If one supply ends, another supply will be produced. Think about coals versus natural gas to cook food. Yeah. And if you don't have electricity, you will always have an alternative to cook. The universe, sabi nila, will always respond to human needs in abundance. I would say God have already provided everything that we need because the God we serve is not God of abundance and not lack. Okay? So I'm not gonna go deeper and I will not say, okay, let's talk about religion, but I will tell you that according to science, okay, the world, the global population can still be supported today as it is today. You can check that in Google. Okay? You can do your research. Okay? The world today, okay, the space today, everything that 8 billion people right now can still be supported by planet Earth. There is no need for us to get out of planet Earth. There's still enough resources to be supporting the 8 billion population. Now, how many of you here would connect that it is our mind programming and experience that suggests the presence of lack? Let me repeat them. How many of you here would agree that it is our mind programming and our experiences in the past that suggest and give us the feeling of lack? Okay, so now, reflect. What are the 3 experiences that you had in your life in the past that gives you the feeling of lack? Rejections. What about when there's something, how many of you here experience this? Something gets broken at home. May nasira. May nawala, may nabasag. And you start feeling may problema ka. Come on, how many of you feels that? Ang feeling mo parang ang laki, di ba? Ha? Wala tayong kuryente, walang ilaw, hindi po tayo nawalan ng ilaw. Nasira lang po yung bulb. Come on now, how many of you feels that? There are simple things, it may look simple, but the way you do things is creating lack in your space. That's why you feel the lack, not richness. Come on now. Kasi daw po, pag nakakabasa ka ng bata ka, napapagalitan ka. So, ano pong koneksyon? No? Ikaw na yung nababasagan, nagagalit ka din.
Yung napipili mo na parang sayang. Kasi lagi sa yung sayang, binasag pa hindi mo ingatan, sayang, pag-asas, bibili ka ulit, mga gano'n.
Ayan na. Sounds familiar. Rinig na rinig ko. Ulitin natin. Rinig na rinig ko.
So, gano'n yung
So, masarap po ba yung pakiramdam nung bata kayo? Ba't nyo po inuulit? How many of you here, okay? Before, di ba? So ngayon, very few yung choices ngayon, medyo okay na tayo sa Grab. Okay na kayo sa Grab, okay? How many times you realize before, pag nasira yung MRT, galit na galit ka kasi magta-taxi ka, kasi magmumotor ka, kasi dami mong sinabi. May iba namang means. Look at the way you see things. Okay? When you get laid off from work, pag tinanggal ka sa trabaho na laid off ka, o hindi ka pumasa sa assessment, why do you really feel bad? Lost. You never thought it could be a gain because you would have the opportunity to find better jobs.
Yeah.
See the mindset?
It's common that people get disappointed not because they gave up, it's because they are using something.
How many of you here have, if it's not you, you know people, Okay? They started saving, and the more that their saving increase, the more they become frugal. What does it mean? They don't want to spend. Because instead of spending it, they will just add it to their savings account. How many of you can connect with that? Think about it. Subconsciously, our mind is thinking and operating in lack. It feels like there's not enough room to go around. It feels like there's not enough money. It feels like there's not enough work. It feels like there's not enough opportunity. But have you really challenged that thought? Is it really true that there's no work to be found? It's a default. It's a programming. It's a mind programming through the years, because the space have changed. Molecular biology would tell us that through the years, we have been reprogrammed. The way we think. Okay? The way we see things. Like we want a particular job, and that particular job is no longer fitted for us. But we don't want to change industry. We don't want to change position. We don't want to change company. We want to force and say, I want this company. I deserve this company. This is the best company for me. How many of you struggle with it?
Because they're thinking na wala na silang mapapasukan.
Lack.
Or they cannot
It's
start
still here.
over.
Exactly. Therefore, it is us who gives the permission for these people to have control over our lives. Yes? We are intentionally programmed to struggle, to work hard, make less money, and feel poor even if you get rich. How many of you here have money but you don't want to spend the money kasi sayang?
Not using the side.
Really? So how hard it is, you try it, how hard it is or how easy it is to pull the money from your pocket.
Scan na na.
Come on. Have you ever realized why it's easier for you to spend GCash and scan and the
You
cashless?
don't see it.
Because you don't see it.
You don't see it.
Because you don't see it. Because the moment you see it, your mind is programmed to withhold. Think about it. Loss ulit. It's our mind. It's our mind.
Kaya nga mas madali, if you think about it, madaling bumili ng, ng online. You don't have the money. You're not holding it.
Yeah. And we've been telling you that the online world, the social commerce world, the social commerce is all over the place, and you can do business. And yet people would say, you know what? I cannot start a business. I don't have a space. Online is a space. I don't have capital. Door shipping, drop shipping is available. Rebranding is available. Even in DCAP, we give opportunities to people to start business at what? 2,000 pesos, and they tell you they don't have money but they buy online for things that they don't need. Think about it. Now, nature is formed for the advancement of life. And once again, put it in your mind that the motive of life is to increase. So the question here is, do you really think that people can monopolize things?
Programming nila, program din na hindi.
You can only monopolize an industry if you can monopolize wealth. But if you believe that nobody can monopolize wealth and opportunity, therefore, monopoly cannot exist. Monopoly exists in our mind. We believe that we cannot overthrow or we cannot create another industry or another company in this industry because they have all the money in the world. But what if you start thinking that there are more than enough money that is not yet in their possession and you can tap on that source? Think about it. There are alternatives and other ways to do business. Still in infancy. There's a lot of business that are still in infancy until today. Look around you. There's a lot of businesses that are still baby. Like baby, very much infant. Okay? And it would not take a lot of money to enter the industry. But why aren't you entering the industry? Because of your mindset that you want to enter the very big industry where you can no longer compete. Think about your mindset. There is nothing impossible for one who wants to do greatness or great things. If you are willing to do the work in a certain way, definitely resources will come. Nothing and no one can prevent an ordinary worker or office worker from finding their opportunities outside their current employment. But it is the employee who doesn't want to quit. Even if you're not getting promoted, you're not getting increased, you're being treated badly, it is the employee who doesn't want to let go of that position. How many of you is connecting? There's more than enough job, but you don't want to cross. You don't want to end. Okay? And you say, hey, I have benefits here, but what if in the other company you can get triple the benefits? You're not getting promoted, you're not treated well, you're being subjected to a lot of harassment every single day, but you want to keep to that job and you say, I love the people, I love my job. That's not true. You're scared. You're scared. Trust me. And if you don't want to believe me, come over. Let us help you. Because that's true. Okay? Workers will always remain where they are as they continue to do what they do. So think about it. What is, if you are working right now, you're still in employment, and you feel that you need a better employment but you cannot move, I want to challenge you, just at least, okay, what is one mindset that you can change and challenge? Okay? Or what mindset can you challenge so that you can change? It is natural and inherent for human being to seek for more. If people tells you, wag kang maghanap kasi masama siya, okay, trust me, it is good because the intention of life is to grow more. Okay, how many of you here na pagsabihan ka na hindi ka makontento at masama siya? Okay, I want to challenge you now. Okay, let me challenge you now. I'm gonna tell you a company and tell me what company can you create. Is that okay? Okay, let's do mental test and mental exercise right now. Coach Giselle. Okay, let's do this. Ready? Ready? Okay. Tell me what company, what business, what organization, what industry can you tap in. Ready? Okay. Founder, creator, Jeff Bezos, company, Amazon. What can you do? What can you do? What can you do? Let me repeat my challenge to you. I'm gonna say 10 founder names or companies, and I want to challenge you. Think of what company can you do. What can you create? Because they're able to create, it means you can create. Jeff Bezos, Amazon. What can you create now? Online store. How hard it is to create an online store? It's easy. You can create an online store now. Now. As in now, you can. Yeah. So why aren't you creating? Elon Musk, Tesla, SpaceX. What can you create?
Yung gasolina.
Gasolina. Pwede yun. Distributor. Distributorship. Steve Jobs, Apple. Wala na siya. So, huwag kayong magpakamatay, okay? Hindi ko yung sinasabi. Don't wait.
Accessories ng mga...
What can you create?
Unnecessary attachments.
What can you create?
Application.
Huh? Applications. Good. Warren Buffett. Berkshire Hathaway. Anong pwede mo i-create? Anong trabaho ni Warren Buffett? Anong company niya? Anong company niya? Ang dami nang sinabi. Sige, anong company niya? Kilala niyo siya pero hindi niyo alam kung anong company niya. Paano siya yumaman?
Alam mo na, pagkain.
Ano? Pagkain?
He's an investor.
He's a holding company. Yes, he's an investor.
His name is Warren Buffett.
He's an investor. Have you realized?
Investor.
He's an investor. Now think about for a moment. You tell me, I don't have millions. I don't, trust me. If you got 10,000 right now, you can finance a smaller business worth 5,000. Yeah, you can. But you have this mindset, "Ay, hindi ako pwede mag-finance ng business kasi ang business, malaki." Sino may sabi? May negosyo pong 5,000 pesos lang, pwede nyo i-finance. Come on!
Yung mga
Or we just started a clothing business here. We didn't need a lot of money here. You want clothing business, you can start with us for 2,000 pesos. Yeah, you have 2,000 pesos, you want to start a business, come here, Nika Coffee Republic. Yeah. Bill Gates, Microsoft, what can you start? What can you start? What can you start like right now in your hands? Let me challenge you. Sinimulan niyo yung industry, you may not be the next Microsoft, but what can you do now as Microsoft, you know? You can be an affiliate.
Services. Yeah.
You can do up services.
Using the Microsoft service. Tapos I will provide services.
Yeah. How many applications have been created by Microsoft that you can be the service provider providing that application? Come on now. Okay, ito, maganda to. Mark Zuckerberg, Facebook.
Revive.
Huh?
I use the use marketing.
We are using it now.
Tapos Facebook.
Well, ako, membership site.
Paid.
I have a paid membership site right here in Facebook. That's why I love Facebook. Yeah. Marketing. You can create marketing company. I mean, we have Rise Up Creatives because there is a space where they can use our product in Rise Up Creatives. Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
Classes.
What can you create?
Courses. How to know from listen.
Classes, courses, digital downloads, e-books. Alright?
Checklist ng mga digital kagabi.
Okay. So now, do yourself a favor. Wherever industry you are operating right now, maybe you're an employee, maybe you're a contractor, maybe you are a provider, I challenge you. Get 10 items that you can get started this month. You can. Trust me, you can. Like, allow yourself and give yourself permission to believe. Resources will come. Trust me. 10 things that you can start. To get well in the industry, there is at least 9 income streams that's flowing in your bank account or at least getting into your space. At least 9 income streams. And if you don't have 9 income streams, okay? Do your homework tonight. 10 things that you can get started this month. This month. Okay? There would always be a new system of communication and transportation if only you can imagine. Many years back, nobody was thinking about Grab. Many years back, nobody was thinking about using the motorcycle, all of these things for delivery. Many years back. Right? I remember 5 years ago when Panda was starting. Yeah, they were not making money. Huh? But comes the pandemic, boom. Yeah, we know. Panda was talking to us during that time, 5 years ago. But they were able to create a form out of the formless industry. So, what about you? Electric cars, subways, fast planes, di ba? Yung ang plane ngayon matagal eh, di ba? Hindi mo lang nag-iisip pa, pabilisin mo kaya yung eroplano. Okay? Hindi yung mas matagal pa yung nandun ka sa airport kaysa sa biyahe mo. What about bullet trains, smartphones, rocket ships, social media, internet? These are all growing industry that you can find a niche and you can start a business this month if only you can focus your mind. Yeah, I challenge you, it can be done. Entertainment
While waiting.
while waiting. If you're thinking of quitting your job but you have a lot of reservation, okay? Stop thinking about your reservation. Stop thinking what would happen tomorrow. Stop thinking of that. Start thinking 10 things you can create. Let the creativity flow. Let the creative juices flow. Let your creativity soar higher and higher each day. Trust me, that decision to leave, to move, will happen naturally. Again, science of getting rich, we just have to allow things to happen in a certain way. It will not flow if you will not give yourself permission to believe. It will not flow if you will not give yourself permission to be a beneficiary of Earth's goodness. It will not flow if you're not giving yourself the privilege to partake of the abundance. You deserve it. During the outbreak of COVID-19, which we know, okay, how many of you agree that there's a lot of people who get awareness of what they can do? A lot of things was never there, and it shifted, and there's a lot of things that was there immediately. In an instant, we realize and reawaken, okay, that we can reset the way we do things. We can work at home, okay? We can work with our children. We can teach. We can study without the classroom. Abundance of opportunity exists when you allow your mind to move and operate in abundance. Okay? It is unfortunate that many people, when they think about abundance mindset or abundance thinking, they're thinking of all this mystical thing. Okay? I want you to think about it as science. Because there is science of getting rich. There is. If you do things in certain ways, it will happen to you. No one is poor because the space is poor. Someone is poor because he's thinking himself to be poor. If you don't have money today, what will you do? Answer me. What would you do if you don't have money today?
Make money.
How do you make money?
Idea.
Coaching, of course, alam natin yan. To make money, tap on your skills. It's yours. Get on your skills. Sell your skills. Use your skills. You don't need money. You don't need money to use your skills, your passion, your talent. You can create money now. It is your belief that no one will pay you for that. It is your belief that your skills, your talent is not worth anything. But when you shift that, somebody will pay for you. Somebody will buy that. Once again, there is an abundance of opportunity for the man who will go with the tide, okay? Who will go with the tide instead of swimming against it. So what is the tide? The tide is, if there is lack, get the abundance. That's the tide. That's the tide. Alam nyo ba yun? Pag may kulang, hindi maghanap ka. Maghanap ka. So, I'm gonna give you 5 questions, okay, before I end. Okay, I'm gonna give you assignment. 5 questions. Really decide on yourself. Do you really agree that opportunity is monopolized? Yes or no? Do you agree that with every economic downturn, there could be new opportunities that you can take advantage of?
Yes.
Do you agree that employees can aim to be rich like their employers?
Yes.
Can you do something to be rich?
Yes.
Therefore, your assignment is the 10 items that you can do, okay, this month. Do you believe that there is more than enough for all?
Yaman na natin.
Dapat next week mayroon ka na.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Therefore, okay, you can double your assignment and believe that there's more you can do. And number 5, okay, if you can create one quote, if you can create one quotable quotes out of everything that we talk about tonight, what would that be? That's going to be your hashtag Pack My Bag moment. That's going to be your return of insight. And that would be your mantra for the week. Create your quotable quotes. This is Master Coach A. Magandang gabi po sa inyo lahat. Salamat po. Love po everyone. I'll see you again next Thursday.